Took me 19 years to figure this thing out now, folks. If you understand what I'm fixing to tell you, this is going to save you thousands and thousands of hours of agony. This could make you hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm going to give you my entire management philosophy, folks, that I've developed over 19 years in one sentence. I'm going to boil everything down in one sentence. If you understand this one sentence, you're guaranteed to be wealthy. I was in Philadelphia 3 weeks ago during this super seminar with 10,000 termites, just like it's in this arena here. Yeah, in Philadelphia, this is the 200th year celebration of signing our Constitution. Everybody's flooding into Philadelphia. It's a fun place to go right now. And on every corner in Philadelphia, you know, they've got statues of George Washington and Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, and they got all these famous sayings of all these great American heroes. But you know what? There's probably never been a human being on the face of this earth that's ever said anything as smart as I'm fixing to tell you. Listen. Folks, this is the answer, the total answer to being successful in business. This is the management philosophy that will make you a superstar in business. Can you believe that an old football coach with a PE degree and an average IQ could think of something so brilliant? Now listen, think about this, folks. Think about this. How many pieces of flesh have lived on this earth? Nobody knows, right? But do you know, as much as I can determine, I am the single human being that's lived on this earth that said this first. Hey, listen. There's probably never been a more brilliant statement uttered from the lips of a human being than what I'm fixing to tell you. Hey, now listen. Now listen. Probably one day you're going to see a monument to Art Williams, and it's going to have this dadgum statement on it. Hey, folks, do you understand what I'm telling you? I'm telling you a management philosophy in one sentence that guarantees you to be a superstar in business. Hey, listen. Do you know Benjamin Franklin ain't ever said nothing compared to what I'm fixing to tell you today in Chicago? Listen, you're gonna miss it. This is pure genius. Folks, this is all there is wrapped up in one sentence. 9 words, guaranteed to make you wealthy. You ready? Gonna save you thousands and thousands of hours of agony and frustration. Are you ready? All right, here it is. My entire management philosophy. Listen, the whole ball game, guaranteed to make you a superstar. Here it is. All you can do is all you can do. Hey! Is that brilliant? Listen. Now listen. Is that brilliant? Okay, listen. Is that unbelievable? Okay, listen. Listen. Now listen. All right, listen. Now listen. Now listen. All right, hold on. Listen now, listen. All right, listen. All right, hold up. Now listen. Hold up now. Hold up. All right, hold up. All right, listen. All right, listen. All right, listen now, folks. I'm fixing to give it to you. Now, listen. Most important thing you'll ever hear in business in America today now. All you can do is all you can do. There ain't nothing more than all you can do. That is the absolute maximum. You can't do no more than all you can do. You understand that? All you can do is all you can do. All you can do is everything. That's the absolute ultimate, right? But the second part of that saying is all you can do is all you can do, but all you can do is enough. Now listen. Folks, my first 2 years in this business, I wanted to quit and go out and get a good job every day. My ego was crushed every day. Folks, do you understand now, before I sold my first plan, I was a crusader. I just didn't go out and sell life insurance to make the money. I studied this stuff. I had a $15,000 policy. I was shown you lose your cash values if you die. I could take the same dadgum money and buy $100,000 worth of decreasing term at that time with ITT. I was showed the concept of a mutual fund, where I had my $100 going into a teacher's credit union. I'd build up a little money. The washing machine would tear up. We'd go take a few $100s out, buy a new washing machine, couldn't save for a couple of months. All we had was a put and take account. I saw a mutual fund. I didn't know somebody like Art Williams could invest in American industry, hire professional management people to run your money. I was shown that over the next 18 years, my $100 would grow if the economy did as bad as it's done over the last 18 years to $100,000. That I could take out $6,000 or $7,000 a year and educate Art in April and still have that $100,000. Where Angela could use that income to enjoy life later on. I went from a nothing to a $100,000 state where I've lived or died. I was going to Auburn working on my master's degree. I wrote a research paper on the evils of cash value life insurance. That was my first sales piece I used. I believe this thing like you couldn't believe. I tried to do everything right. I didn't want my friend. This was extra income to me. I was living on my coaching salary. I didn't have to make a dadgum sale to put food on the table. I vowed that I wasn't going to be like an insurance salesman. People are fed up with high-pressure, fast-talking, hard-closing salespeople. I made a decision I wasn't going to sell on the first interview. I was going to take an educational approach to this business. Way before we had these computer printouts and all this kind of stuff, I'd go in there and I'd pick up the policies. I'd take an old legal-sized sheet of paper and I'd show these people point by point what they had, year by year, benefit by benefit. Then I'd give them a proposal. And if I couldn't save you money, give you a better deal, I didn't want your business. I sold 100% term insurance. I sold what I owned on my own life every time. I was a crusader. I did everything you're supposed to do. In my first 2 years in this business, all I heard was no, no, no thank you. No, no I don't want any. No, I changed my mind. No. And it was killing me. But 2 years later, something happened to me. All I could think about those first 2 years was the no's. And then all of a sudden, 2 years later, I paid a death claim. And I took that widow that check. And I said, man, this stuff really works. If it hadn't been for me, that lady and those 2 children would have had to live on $15,000. Now they got $150,000. Thanks to me and my concept and my business and my toughness, they got a fighting chance. Listen. Folks, that shocked me. And then all of a sudden I said, Art, you're thinking all wrong. See, all I could do was think of the ones I'd lost, the people that said no. Over that 2 years, I had a bunch of people that said yes. But I couldn't feel good about the yeses because all I thought about was the dadgum no's. I used to keep a little old pad, a little notebook. And on every page, I'd put the client's name, the wife's name, the kids' names, what he did for, business, what he had and what I sold him. I had a whole notebook of dadgum clients. But I didn't think about the good things. At the end of 2 years, I was having some people actually send me referrals. People that needed my insurance or investments, needed a part-time job. But I couldn't appreciate that because I was always worried and upset about those that said no. I looked at my income. I was making money. I came in this thing with $1,000 in my teacher's credit union 2.5 years later, part-time, and I'd accumulated $42,000. My folks didn't ever have money like that. I didn't know nobody that ever had any money like that. But I couldn't appreciate the dadgum money I was making because I kept worrying about the no's. I kept worrying about the rejection. I stayed upset all the time. Then all of a sudden I said, all you can do is all you can do. All right, dadgummit, you can't do no more than all you can do. You can't buy the program for people out there, right? You can't pay the dadgum premiums for them, right? I mean, I used to go in a home, and I can talk, right? Right? And I used to go in a home, boy, and I'd let them all have it. Man, I'd made the greatest presentation you ever made, and then, boy, an hour or two later, I'd say, how does it sound? And they kept saying, no. And I'd put that old smile on my face. And I'd say everything you're supposed to. I'd say, Bill, it's been so great knowing you. I love your wife and your children. Never change your mind. Give me a call. You ever need life insurance? Great. Give me term insurance. Give me a call. You ever want an investment? You ever need a part-time job? Give me a call. And I'd hit that door. And before I hit that door, I was already criticizing myself. I said, Art, you are such a dud. Why didn't you say this? Why didn't you answer this way? Won't anybody buy from you? Why don't you just admit it? You're a dud. Throw in the towel and go back and coach football for a living. But then 2 years later, I said, Art, you've been thinking all wrong. You ain't no dud. You making money, right? You got term insurance, right? You got a good mutual fund program, right? You ain't no dud. All you can do is all you can do, right? Now, if you go in and you talk to this coach, he's a good coach. He knows a lot about coaching, but he don't know nothing about financial services, right? And if you walk in that house and you've done your research, you know that term's better than whole life, right? And if you walk in there and term's better than whole life, when you walk in there and you own term, and this guy that don't know nothing says no, does that all of a sudden make whole life better than term? No. Does that all of a sudden make you a dud? No. Took me 2 years to figure that out. I said, Art, all you can do is all you can do, right? You got a responsibility to be right. And I was. I sold term insurance. I sold what I own on my own life. I sold what everybody ought to buy. I said, all you can do is all you can do. So I changed my whole thinking around, revolutionized my business. Then I'd walk in a house 2 years later, and man, I'd give him the whole ball game. Man, I'd give him a presentation, I'd blow his butt out of the water, and 2 or 3 hours later I'd say, how does it sound? And you know what? They kept saying no. They said no. But I'd put that old smile on my face. Then I'd say everything you're supposed to. I'd say, Bill, it's been so great knowing you love your wife and your children, never change your mind. Give me a call. You ever need term insurance, mutual fund down the road, you know you might need a part-time job, give me a call. I'd say everything you're supposed to, and I'd hit that door. And before I hit that door, I was thinking, I said, you know what? Of all the policies I analyzed, and I must have analyzed 2 million last year. But of all the policies I analyzed, that guy's program had to be the worst. But you know what? It's just perfect for him. I don't even like you no more. I don't want to see you again. What a dud. And then I went into management. For the next 2 years, I started recruiting people. And I'd go out there and I'd recruit this coach. And boy, he was all excited. Boy, and he was full of vim and vigor like me. Boy, and I used to love talking. Boy, I'd call him on the phone. He'd say, man, Art, this is great. I just love this business. I just hate fighting those agents. I just love it like you can't. And then all of a sudden, one of his clients said no. And I called him on the phone. And it sounded like a different person. He'd say, well, Arn, I just don't know. I thought I liked it, but I just don't reckon I don't reckon I'm a salesperson. You know, I reckon I'm just going to have to throw in the towel. And I'd say, Art, you are such a dud. What is wrong with you? Want anybody just throwing a towel and going back coach? And I'd keep on going. I'd recruit this another coach, boy. And I'd bring him to a fast start school or super seminar like this. And he was so excited, he was bouncing off the wall. He was walking 4 feet off the floor. And he said, man, Art, I love this. I ain't never seen nothing like A.L. Williams. What's the next step? And I said, well, what we got to do, we got to go get somebody to go talk to. You know, let's make it. And he says, wait a minute. Well, wait a minute. You mean talk to somebody? You mean sell something? You mean insurance? What would my wife say? What would my mama say? It's okay for somebody like you, Art, to do this stuff, but not me. And I'd say, Art, you are such a dud. Won't anybody believe in you? Why don't you just admit it, Art? Just throwing a towel and going back and coach football for a living. But see, folks, I found out that all you can do is all you can do. And if you sell what's right, and I did, and if you offer the right kind of opportunity, and I did, that everybody's not going to buy, and everybody's not going to come to work, but enough are for you to become wealthy. All you can do is all you can do. All you can do is all you can do. But all you can do is enough.